She's a nutrition and mindset coach, author, and also founder of Jill Zavada Wellness. She's working with clients both in the U.S. as well as Europe. More importantly for us, she's talking to us on New Year's Eve, and as we get ready to go into 2020, that's an important thing. She's also a good college friend of mine, Jill Zavada. Welcome. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, Phil?
We're doing well. Now, I want to get this straight right on the outset. One of the best ways for you to clear your mind is to head to Florida. Is that true?
I mean, it works for me.
It is. It has been windy, and it was warm over Christmas, but now it is started to get back into the winter weather, and Florida sounds nice. So to kind of preview for our interview, of course, I want to get more into nutrition and mindset, that coaching that you're doing, especially the functional diagnostic nutrition, which I think is pretty interesting. But I was doing some research. I looked at the most popular New Year's resolutions for 2020, and here are just a few of them. Staying motivated, being more healthy, better mental health, trying something new, eating more of your favorite foods, and my personal favorite, and also number one, actually following through with your resolutions. You can help with all of these things, right?
That's correct. That's what I do. I work and guide and support people to help people stay on track and reach their goals.
Yeah, and how do you do that? Because I got to think that starts off with really a conversation about where someone, a patient or client of yours, is in their life at the moment.
I would say there's not two clients I've worked with that have taken the same journey and that have had the same path, to feeling better and to reaching their goals, because everyone's different and unique. Like you just said, everyone starts in their own place where they're at. So all my programs are tailored and guided towards, where clients at and how their personalities are, how they work best in order to reach their goals. So it's very bio-individual. It's very, according to the client. The client is definitely in the driver's seat.
What are you finding more common with the folks that you're working with? Are there chronic illnesses that you're trying to help them with better nutrition? Is it stressors? Is it just wanting to eat better? What are the trends that you're seeing right now?
Yeah, I work with, clients in all those areas, actually. But, I have found that usually someone that comes in that's just maybe fatigued or experiencing headaches, a lot of times they have a lot more deeper rooted issues going on. And that's one of our goals, is to get to the bottom of that. So I am seeing a lot of initial stages of autoimmune issues and chronic illness when people come in. But usually when people come in and they're just experiencing symptoms, it's a good time to come in, because then we can, stop where it gets too deep and they're able to, start to feel better a lot quicker.
Yeah. Jill Zavada is our guest here. She owns Jill Zavada Wellness. And while I mentioned she might be enjoying a little bit of Florida, actually she works out of the Illinois Valley. What is a functional diagnostic nutrition? What is that term?
I run functional labs in my practice. I work with people on their hormones and digestive issues, on detoxification, organic acids and minerals and deficiencies and things like that. So functional labs are a little bit deeper dive than your typical blood lab work that you go to the doctor for. I do a lot of urine and stool tests to look at the digestive tract and to look at hormones. And it gives us a lot more in-depth information as to where people are and where the breakdown is occurring in their body. So we can start on the right track instead of guessing and going in that direction.
You can tell a lot by what someone expends from their body in waste, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that may not always be the most pleasant thing to talk about, but
right.
but it is true, and there are ways for you to be or have better wellness or improve your own individual awareness without throwing out every single thing you've ever done.
So I think for a lot of people, one of the reasons why they fail is they get overwhelmed, or especially when people are making New Year's resolutions, they don't get going, but then they don't really enjoy what they're doing. So part of it is you have to enjoy, the new journey, and you have to enjoy the lifestyle. And when you're feeling better, you often, do enjoy it. But I think people get overwhelmed by all the information that's out there and all the new diets and all the things that they can do. And so many times people try to do everything all at once, right? So they're like, I'm gung-ho, it's the new year, I'm going to change every single habit, I'm going to cut out sugar, I'm not going to drink alcohol, I'm going to go to the gym every day. And then it gets overwhelming, and that's what causes people to quit. So usually when I work with people, again, I work with them according to their personality, because some people thrive really well in that aspect of doing everything all at once. But oftentimes I take it very slow, because one of my goals with people is to make it a lifestyle change. It should never be a diet that you're on. It should never be, this is how I have to eat. It's more, this is how I want to eat, because this is what makes me feel better. So we look into all different things, stressors, daily stressors going on, sleep habits, energy, exercise, of course, what their nutrition is, mindset-wise, what's going on. Is there anything that's kind of stopping them from moving forward? We work on all aspects, and we take it one step at a time. So usually with clients, I have them work on one or two action steps until they really have that down, and then we move on to the next action step. So they're not overwhelmed, they're making positive changes, and they're turning it into a lifestyle.
Jill, that sounds really healthy and good and smart and a way to do this. It's just, I do see one of the things that you do is you do offer a free consultation. And if people want to do that, they can probably check out Jill Zavada Wellness, Zavada Wellness on Facebook or Instagram. You've got a website, jillzavadawellness.com. But it almost seems like to me that you have adopted what somebody might think of a personal trainer at the gym, someone that is there to uplift and to coach up, but also not to let you quit.
Yeah, I hold you accountable. I definitely hold you accountable, but in a way that is very supportive and guiding and making suggestions. It's kind of that person that you can go to and say, hey, I'm struggling today. This isn't working so well. I'm not sure, can I get some help? Or, hey, I made this change and I feel awesome, so I want to celebrate it with somebody. Right. I'm kind of there for both aspects of it.
Before we go, I want to talk about a couple of things you got going on. Of course, we mentioned earlier on that you're an author and you're writing a children's book, which got me thinking, boy, starting early makes sense. Are you working with younger clients? Do you see a trend of parents saying, all right, we're not going to get started off on the fast food diet that I may have started on growing up? I mean, are you seeing generational changes that compel you to try to talk to children in this way?
Absolutely. I'm very passionate about working with children, and I work with a lot of children from, just parents who want to improve their nutrition to sadly, really young clients that are already dealing with issues such as anxiety. And I think I became pretty passionate about children. At the age of 1, my son developed some pretty severe digestive issues, which is what pushed me more into the functional realm and functional labs. Because I went to the doctor and we weren't able to find anything that was wrong with him. They kept telling me it was just normal, toddler digestive issues. It was a pretty rough time. It was awful. His skin was awful. So when we started to deep dive into functional lab work and find some stressors that were going on in his digestive tract, I was able to heal those. And now he is a perfectly functioning, digestively functioning, let's be specific here, right. 4-year-old little boy. So, and I've also had, my fair share of some anxiety with my daughter. And when we made a lot of nutritional and diet changes in our family, as well as, got to the root of some of her issues, it was a whole new ballgame. So I'm very passionate about working with kids. And one of my goals with the book is to not only educate kids and be able to start kids out very young, knowing what they put in their body matters, but also help parents because, a lot of times it's very overwhelming for the parent too to try to overhaul a diet or, help their children to eat clean all the time.
Yeah. And that book is scheduled to come out in the spring of 2020. Before we go, maybe for someone that hasn't thought about a 2020 resolution, just one or two things that are just key to making sure that you get 2020 started off healthier.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in journaling and gratitude journaling and starting in a place where you're grateful instead of always wanting to make change. So I think one of the things people could do is start, whether it's waking up, 20 minutes early or doing it before bed, just journaling or talking about things that you're absolutely grateful for that you have in your life that you can build off because, positive energy attracts positive energy and positive things to come. So I always like starting with gratitude. The other thing that I would say is be specific with your goals and don't try to do everything, all at once. I would make goals and I would make goals maybe 1 week at a time and try to work on 1 or 2 steps for a couple weeks and then, try to incorporate something else. That if it's working for you and if it's not, then you make a change. But so often people, deep dive right in and do everything all at once and then they quit. So I would be very specific with your goals, and if you need any help, reach out. I'm here for you.
That's it. Jill Zavada Wellness, again, nutrition and mindset coach, and maybe even more important, a good friend of ours and a great way to start 2020. Thanks for taking some time with us today, and look forward to all that the new year brings to you and your family. Safe travels back to the Midwest, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Thanks for having me on.